This is Charles Jordan, and over the years I recorded many tape recordings concerning Lawrence Welk, the Lawrence Welk program, which was very popular on television from the 1950s onward, and enjoyed a long run of 15 years on the ABC television network before going into syndication and also being seen on national public television. And now I'm going to begin with the first recording, which I made on the evening of May 15th, 1971. At that point, the Lawrence Welk Show was in its final year on the ABC television network. And I have some comments which I make on that. This is followed by two recordings I made of Lawrence Welk appearing on the Johnny Carson Tonight Show. One was on February 20th, 1973, and this is followed by another one, which is from September 13th, 1974. And it all wraps up with a section of a recording on a reel-to-reel tape of the Lawrence Welk program from Christmas 1959.
The following is a tape recording of one of the very last programs, the Lawrence Welk program, which has been on the ABC television network for well over 15 years now. And it is now, on this May 1971, in its closing season on television. Here now is a segment of one of the very last Lawrence Welk television programs recorded from WABC, Channel 7 in New York.
People, that's our show for this evening. Thank you all so very much for joining us, and we hope we brought you some pleasant moments. Please plan to be with us next week when we'll bring you the music of Hoagy Carmichael, along with more of your all-time favorites. Until then, from all of our musical family, pleasant dreams. Good night.
The high-potency iron tonic that builds iron in your blood fast. Geritol, America's #1 tonic.
The day's events make more sense on the ABC Evening News with Howard K. Smith and Harry Reasoner every weeknight. Monday night at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time, host Mel Torme recalls the sights and songs of 1964 with guest stars Gower Champion and Olympic gold medalist Don Schollander on It Was a Very Good Year, here on ABC.
Tuesday evening, February 20th, 1973.
One of the most popular orchestra leaders that this country has ever produced. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Lawrence Welk? Good to see you again.
Thank you very much, Johnny. I couldn't help but hearing the announcement that you just gave me on my soft-cover book.
Lawrence Welk and the Honolulu Fruit Orchestra. Hotsy-totsy to the Honolulu Fruit.
Johnny, do you realize that you're ruining my reputation?
That's incredible.
Lawrence Welk's first book was called Wonderful, Wonderful, which was an autobiography. It was on the bestseller list for many weeks. He has another book called, believe it or not, A One, A Two, which says Life with My Musical Family. Would you welcome a very charming gentleman, Mr. Lawrence Welk. I think these guys are auditioning just in case things fall apart here. They're ready to...
My theme, Bubbles in the Wine.
They got the theme down? How did that start?
One of the things that you have never taught Doc how to do is the opening like this. I'm going to teach
teach it to them before I leave today.
When did you first do the champagne bubbles? Did somebody come up with it, or?
No, I had a style, and we had a very small band. I couldn't afford to hire an arranger. I used to buy stocks and tear them up, and work them up with the little band I had. And when we first played Coast to Coast, a great many people wrote us letters and said that our music was different. They said it reminded them of champagne. And when so many letters came in along that line, we called it the Champagne Music of Lawrence Welk. And it stuck.
Boy, has it ever. How many years altogether have you been on television? I remember when you first went on television, I was working out here in the early 50s, and you started from one of the ballrooms, I think, locally.
We started in 51 at KTLA for 4 years. Yeah. And July 2nd, 1955, we went coast to coast. We've been on television ever since.
That's a long run.
This is our 20th year.
But you were with 17 years with ABC. And then, did you leave, or did they say, hey, you're not going to be on the network anymore?
No, we didn't leave. We were requested to.
Requested to leave. I've been through that. Everybody has who's had television shows. How did you take it? Was it a personal affront?
It was a very difficult thing. And this is one of the reasons I think I wanted to write the book. I wanted to tell the folks a little bit what goes on in back of the scene. And this particular thing was a very difficult situation for me because I have altogether about 200 people. I have 46 people in the orchestra, and it looked like everyone would be out of a job. And it only lasted a few hours when my sponsor, Matty Rosenhaus, with the J.B. Williams, called me and said, Lawrence, we still believe in you, and if you'd like to go some other route, we'd be very happy to sponsor you. Well, that's a pretty good feeling when you have a sponsor and also an orchestra. All we needed is some television station to carry us. Don Featherson, man that you know very well, sent out a whole bunch of wires, and by the next morning, we had a syndicated show.
And you're seen now, I understand, on more stations than you were when you were actually on the network anyway.
A little over 250 stations this year.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. How many people would you reach every week with that? Have you made an estimate?
I would say we reach approximately around 30 million people.
Oh, that's just incredible.
The Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. Well, Aladdin, Larry Hooper, and Larry Dean. I'm the butcher. I'm the baker. I'm the candlestick maker. Mamma mia, she's beautiful. Yeah, und this new pen is wunderbar. Man, look at this gorgeous interior. I've never seen anything like this before. That's because there's never been a car like Dart before. Never been a car like Dart before. The number is called Spaghetti Rag, and folks are just rolling in the piano at this time. In fact, they're just about set, so let's hear it, Joanne.